Hello everyone, I'm Michael Serapio. Not the result of a deliberate attack. That is the conclusion from NATO, at least for now, following the deaths of 2 Polish nationals killed by a missile yesterday near the Ukrainian border. The official investigation is still ongoing, but the working theory is the deaths were caused by a Ukrainian air defense system. Here is the NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg.
We have no indication that this incident was a result of a deliberate attack on NATO territory. And we have no indications that Russia is planning offensive military actions against NATO allies. So I think this demonstrates the dangers connected to the ongoing war in Ukraine, but it hasn't changed our fundamental assessment of the threat against NATO allies.
Still, as you heard there, Russia not escaping blame entirely. And to discuss the latest developments, we're now reaching out to Yves Brodeur, who served as Canada's ambassador and permanent representative to NATO from 2011 to 2015. Ambassador, thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
I want to begin with the Secretary General and the comments that we just heard, because it must come as some relief for NATO members, especially countries like Poland, who are concerned about an expanding war.
Yes, indeed. But what I would highlight, I guess, or underline, is the fact that despite the fit, I'm not sure the word relief is the right word. I think the message here is that everyone is monitoring very closely what's going on. NATO is. NATO also is sending a message that it is actually concerned by what's happening, but doesn't want to engage into a war with Russia. It's been clear. So right now, I guess I would say that there probably is a lot of intense consultations probably taking place at NATO right now. But NATO is certainly watching closely what's going on there.
Mm-hmm. And as I said, Russia not escaping blame at all. In fact, the Secretary General says ultimately Russia is to blame for what has happened. So talk to us about his rationale, because it may give better understanding for people at home as to why, even though it's believed to have come from a Ukrainian defense system, Russia is still being looked at as a country of blame.
Well, I think you have to go back to the beginning of all this in February of this year. Essentially, the logic here is that this unfortunate incident, and I have a lot of sympathy for the families who lost, loved ones in Poland, but essentially it's the results, the consequence of the legal attack of Russia on Ukraine. So no matter what the reason for this is, or what how it happened, it's apparently an incident. Then it happened before. There is this war ongoing between Russia and Ukraine, and actually this aggression, I should say, from Russia and Ukraine.
Now, as you referenced, there are still intense discussions happening right now. The investigation is still ongoing to this incident. So how might NATO respond going forward? What exactly are you watching out for in the days ahead?
Well, right now it's all internal to NATO. So what you will have, again, under Article 4, a number of meetings. I suspect, based on my own experience, that allies are meeting probably every day right now. To discuss information, intelligence that they may have received, to talk about how this is evolving, and to see if there are decisions that need to be made in terms of reinforcing our defense posture, allies' defense posture. So it's probably a very intense and active period at NATO right now, involving military planners, but also ambassadors, the Council. So I guess that you could probably assume that the Council is meeting almost nonstop, at least since yesterday, and probably for the next few days.
Well, we continue to watch. Until then, Ambassador, thank you so much. Appreciate your time today.
You're very welcome. Have a nice day.
You too.